Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Do remember, if you'd like to subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button and also hit the notification bell right here and select all to receive all notifications upon the videos that come out on this channel. Also, my backup channel is Tony Harvin Network if you'd like to do the same. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Tony Harvin. And thank everybody for coming on this live upon this evening. I greet everybody. I hope everybody's doing good out there today. My disclaimer is I'm not a passive preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church. You know, this is a basic YouTube channel bringing news stories, debates, or whatever the case may be on here. But this is not a sermon. It will never be a sermon from Tony Harvin ever. You know, to all those over righteous Christians out there. And I'm not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement. We're here talking about, a so-called pastor, a so-called apostle, whatever you want to call him, who was arrested for sexual assault charges. Man, this is what we do on this YouTube channel. We expose false prophets and things like that, especially those who get arrested for these crimes and whatnot. You know what I mean? You got too many trolls out there worrying about the wrong stuff. You know, they worry about the wrong things out there. I can care less what these trolls is talking about, but stories like this is more serious in general because you got these false prophets like this who sneak themselves into the pulpit as a demon and get past real people who's really sincere, and then they acquire and complete the mission of the hidden agendas out there, which is committing sexual assault crimes on children and other people in general. This guy name is Lorenzo Crawford from Gainesville, Florida. Yep, another one bites the dust. Another one. What up, MHW? What up, Kimberly? What up, D Kane? D Kane. What up? What up? What up? What up? So yeah, what up, Yvette? So yeah, I was reading the story, browsing the story a bit. And what up, Jen Juice? And it's like I said, it's almost like one every week. You know what I'm saying? Either one or two these so-called preachers get arrested, for these sexual assault crimes every week. We're gonna share the screen right quick. We're gonna share the screen upon the news story. Hopefully no crazy pop-ups come on this website right here that I'm on. So just bear with me right quick. So let me know if you can see the screen. So it says church found arrested on child abuse and sexual assault charges. So that's his face right there, as you can take a look at him, right there. So a lot of people, like I said, trolls, they waste their time on the wrong stuff. When you wasting your time on, whether somebody's shirt is blue or black, you know what I mean, over the internet, and you got serious issues like this that's going on. When you bring awareness to your platform of creeps like this, you could save and you could help the people out in general. You know what I'm saying? What up? What is that? Deb Curry. What up, Devon, Kansas, Linda, Cassie Williams. So this guy was arrested for child abuse charges and sexual charges. Now, how does one allow? How could you trust? He says, when did this channel become the new channel? What are you talking about? What you mean the new channel? I don't get what you're talking about. What are you talking about, Prince? The new. He said the new channel. What do you mean by the new channel, huh? Let me know. I don't know what you're talking about. What up, Nicole Martin? Hope all is well. So back to the so-called preacher, so-called apostle who was arrested for sexual assault charges, So you got a lot of these people who are not even preachers or pastors. Anybody could easily put a title on their name. You understand? It could be a Joe Schmo on the street. He could go on the internet, $50, $75, get himself a license to call himself a pastor, study a couple of scriptures, John 3:16, for God so loved the world. Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. You understand? Quote a couple of scriptures. You know what I mean? Tell the people it's 66 books in the Bible is apocrypha also, and people were going to uproar. Let's make him a pastor or an apostle. You understand that? When these people are not even called at all. You says Keyforce said this is happening all the time. All these fake men of God. Notice I didn't capitalize men or God. Okay. Well, all right. Linda says, greetings, everyone. What up? What up? So, you got a lot of frauds out there. You got a lot of frauds. So, when you see these people online call themselves preachers and pastors and things like that, I don't look at them as that. I could put, although I'm not, unless God called me, anybody could put the title pastor, the title apostle in front of their name or whatever the case may be. They can do it and fool a lot of people. A lot of people have been fooled. I mean, look at the situation with Jim Jones. Look at the situation that was in Kenya. A lot of people can be fooled by these witches and warlocks, of course. All right. Nicole Mont states that this is a channel to let everyone know that the devil is on his job using people to do bad things, and it shows us that we need to pray a little harder. Appreciate that, because I don't know what this person is talking about, a new channel, whatever, things like that. If you've been on here for years and years from the very beginning, I've been doing stories like this, but not as much as now. But you know, so I don't know where you get new from. You understand that? All right. What up, Tasha? What up? What up? What up? You said this type of stuff. Cassie Williams said this type of stuff makes me angry. Absolutely, because here you got a grown man that's in the pulpit, right? And he's plotting on kids and whatnot. He's plotting on people, for sure. Hold on, let me see something. Hey, Jen Juice, you funny, man. For sure. So you got these guys out here who call themselves in a pulpit, behind a pulpit, and really deceiving the people. Listen, anybody could preach a sermon. Anybody could go on the internet. Listen, let me type in such and such name. Let me just get this little word typer. Let me print this whole sermon out that this person say. I got it right here. I got this whole sermon on the paper, and I could just preach this on Sunday. I didn't study this topic. I just got this from off the internet. I'm plagiarizing. I don't care. I'm gonna fool the people, and this is what these this is what these people do. You know, MHW says individuals in the chat trying to press your buttons. Yeah, it's all good. I know how to swerve those type of people. You know, I mean, it's almost like every day. It's almost like somebody with a weird question. You know, although if a person is like new, or if a person haven't been on this channel, or go in the archives and go all the way to the beginning of time, you understand that, to look at the videos when I first started. Some people may have questions, but then again, you got some of those that they know, but they just want to ask crazy questions. All right. What up, the prodigal son? What up, Candace? What up, Delilah McDonald? Linda says that's exactly what they are, witches and warlocks. You said a Wikipedia sermon. Yeah, people do that. People do that. Just like when you're in college, some people plagiarize, certain things, word for word and things like that. You said he's a demonic demon. He's going to prison. What up, Laverne? What up, PhD? Delilah McDonald states that Pastor Geno Jennings is the only true prophet I see this thus far. He is truly sent from God. Wonderful. What up, G Swole? What up? What up? I'm gonna get to you in a bit. So let's go into the story right here. This comes out of Gainesville, Florida. Gainesville, Florida. Now, there's one radio personality always states that the two places where crazy people are, the Bronx and Florida. And I'm starting to believe that, because a lot of crazy stuff comes out of Florida for sure. No disrespect, no offense to anybody who's from Florida, but a lot of stories, like this or anything else, a lot of them come from out of Florida. So Lorenzo Crawford, 54 years of age, was arrested this morning and charged with 11 counts of sexual assault on an adult victim in 3 separate cases. 1 count of aggravated child abuse and 1 count of aggravated battery causing bodily harm or disability. Wow. They state that the sworn complaints were prompted by reports of sexual abuse of a child at the church. So the man sexually abused a child at the church he was teaching or preaching at, you know what I mean, so-called. You know, how does a parent, well, I know how I would deal with that. Listen, I don't care about listen, we could do it, we could shoot enough hallelujahs, but if I hear something like this, oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. He might get some lumps and bruises, man. If I get a hold of him, you know, sexual abuse of a child at a church. Now, what was the parents doing to allow their child to be around this fella? Where was the parent at? The parent or the parents at? You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the comment section. You said, did you get the video I sent you? Man, I had a long day at work, man. So you gotta be patient. You understand? You gotta be patient, man. You know, I got the text messages or emails. You know, I got Gin Juice. I got your email. Martin, I think I got your email. And a few others out there. I got them. Text message. I got them. Jesse, I see you. I got your email, man. Excuse me, I got your text message. You know, sometimes it be those days, man. It's a long day at work and things like that. I'll get to them. You know, what up, Kimberly? You says another predator behind the name of the Lord. That's funny. Lion Pride. He says, why don't Geno Jennings ES? What is ES, man? I don't know what you're talking about, man. Although that looked like a troll name right there you got. Thomas says, he says that is so sad whenever people go in the name of God and don't care for his people. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because a lot of those fellas in general, they know that a vast number of people in the church are very vulnerable. Very, very vulnerable people. There's a lot of people in the church that are very vulnerable that you can fool. A lot of them. You know, I mean, look at the preacher, the so-called preacher out there in Kenya. He told the people that if you fast to death, you will meet Jesus. And guess what? What is it? Over, I don't know, 100 or something that were found dead that really did it. Listen, people will fall under the spell, and that's all these so-called preachers is doing is witchcraft, black magic, voodoo. You know, they into these witchcraft cults, Palamayumbe, Santeria. You know what I'm saying? All that other nonsense that they're doing to fool the people. You know, they do these little magician tricks in the church as if it's a miracle from God. So you got to know how to differentiate things. You understand? But a lot of people are just so vulnerable to fall for stuff like this in general. He says, I'm from the wicked city of Florida. Candace Raven said, that's the reason I don't go to their churches. Most of the pastors in those churches are pedophiles, perverts. Delala McDonald says, I'm from Florida and you're right. For sure, for sure. Appreciate that. Hey, Jen Juice, you funny, man. Sheila Davis says, it's time to start cutting off body parts of those men who touch a child. Well, the thing is, in, you know, places like overseas and things like that, they do stuff like that. They do chop your hand off if you steal, behead you. You know, they do stuff like that. I remember watching a DVD back in like, I'd say maybe 2006, 2005. I used to go to New York City, and we used to get the bootleg DVDs and CDs and whatnot way before the World Star, way before the Live Link. I think they had Rotten.com out when they showed stuff like that, but they had the DVDs out, whereas though it was videos from overseas, it would show that when a person commits a crime, stealing and stuff like that, they would chop their hand off, they would tie them up to a tree, and just, 5 or 10 guys would just start shooting off rifles and plucking them off. Just like that. On a DVD. Beheadings was on DVDs, all that. Out there, they had a DVD out there in New York City. You understand? So before all this social media stuff, how it is now, it was out there on DVDs, right there in the heart of Times Square and stuff like that on 34th and Brooklyn and on Fulton Street. They had those DVDs out there, whereas though they would do things like that if people committed a certain crime overseas. All right. He says Florida just enacted the death penalty for these rapists and pedophiles. I'm happy. No problem, Jen Juice. Trust no man. What a sick and twisted world we live in. He said it makes people don't want to go to church anymore. It's sad. That would be my question. How was this even able to happen? Where was anyone at? Well, you gotta also, brother, Evangelist Todd from the Truth of God, one of the ministers, he preached on this before. The ways of a pedophile, how they lure children in, and how they can get under a parent's skin as far as like making them feel comfortable to have their children around them, around the so-called preacher, and things like that. He says, whoop but first, ask questions later. If a child has gone through this, couldn't be mine. He says pastors that need to get together for a meaningful conversation would be Geno Jennings and Charles Duell. Well, I mean, that's on them too, man. I mean, we would like to see that, but I mean, that's on them too, man. I'm here. We touching on this, a serious situation. Honestly, Mr. Duell, he's a clown, so I don't think that's gonna happen, man. He's not a real man to really have a conversation with. You understand? I mean, the man is very immature as a 56 or 57-year-old. So, hey, I mean, if it happened, it happened, man. If it don't, it don't. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? All right. He says, I bet he didn't fast. Ah, man. Listen, man. I'd say this. Why every time we have like a news story, we talk about sports, we talk about health and wellness, that people always got to bring up like something with First Church, or what's going on, or something. I don't know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? We talking about a new, listen, it's almost like, how when Allen Iverson was like, practice, but what about the game? Practice. Listen, we talking about a news story, something serious. I don't care about so-called First Church people who left. I don't care about them. I don't. There's a bunch of them on the internet making videos. They clowns. That's all they're gonna do is make videos from now to later on. I don't care about them at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I don't. As Geno gave advice, listen, don't worry about them, man. Let them alone. Leave them alone. I mean, it's hard to leave them alone, but I don't care about those clowns. All of them are clowns. Nakira is a clown. Samuel Stuchin is a clown. Brother Feces is a clown. All of them who left First Church are clowns. All those former members in Alabama, they clowns. All of them. That's my final answer. All right, Regis? They clowns. All of them. Tell them Tony Harvin said it. They all clowns. All of them. Case closed. All right? Now, back to the story. He says the Philippines, we do that we do that whole neighborhood will get all Oh man, he's funny, man. Yvette, these people must not be studying to show themselves approved, like the scripture says, and they want to be, and they won't be deceived. I mean, you mean won't? My fault. So the scripture tells us, no man knows the day or hour when the Lord shall return. Well, the thing is, like I said earlier, there may be a guy on the street, and there may be a woman on the street. Like, well, I could fool these church people. You know what I'm saying? They don't believe in God, but they have it in themselves that, hey, well, maybe I could go in there. I could have a hidden mission within myself. Play like I'm a preacher or something, and fool the people. Like I said, plagiarize some scripts, plagiarize some sermons online, get a fake certificate online, $50, $60 online, and guess what? They in the door. They're in the pulpit within a week. You understand? I mean, it's dangerous, man. It's absolutely dangerous. And the people, I don't understand why people worrying about something like former members of the church. I don't care about that. You understand? I'm worrying about so-called preachers in the pulpit touching on kids. What's more important? So-called false prophet touching on kids, or me worrying about somebody who left the church? I don't care about them. I care about the kids. I care about people being abused and sexually assaulted. That's more important. That's who you got to get out the church. That's who you got to stand for. Not, okay, Sister Lily, she left the church and she's talking bad about y'all. I don't care. I don't care at the end of the day. How is that going to edify the people at the end of the day if somebody, Sister Lily, because she's upset, she's talking bad about the church over the internet, whereas though you got some creep in the pulpit touching on kids? What's more important? Let me know. I don't care about Charles Duell. You understand? What's more important? We got for kids, it's kids being touched, and they worrying about somebody who left the church because they upset. Come on, man. Let's grow up. Let's grow up, man. For real. Practice. What about the game? You understand? He says, yeah, I remember those Raw Deadly DVDs when my big brother had some of those, and I still remember some of those images. To be surprised he didn't kick my butt out of his room. Wow. All right, so my fault. I'm a little backed up in the comments, so forgive me. What up, Angela? What up? Hope all is well. Let me see who else. What up, Michael? What up, Nathan? Yo, what's up with all these? I don't know, man. I don't know what these names, man. G Money Grip? Really? I don't know, yo. I don't know, man. Something funny. Something funny, man. Something real funny. He says, I agree. Cut off those body parts. That's what's up. So let's go back to the story right quick. Let me see. It said a child reportedly told another child about being sexually abused by a member of the church. Then that child told a family member, and the family member told Crawford. Crawford reportedly brought one of the children to his office, scolded the child, and hit the child with a belt after pulling down, I ain't going to say that, The marks from the beating were reportedly still visible 4 months after the incident. The first incident, which involves 5 counts of sexual battery on an adult with special circumstances, which could include a disabled or drugged victim. Wow. That happened last year, October. Wow. The second incident was 1 count of aggravated child abuse. The third was 2 counts of sexual battery on an adult. The fourth was 3 counts of sexual battery on an adult, 1 count of sexual battery with no physical force, 1 count of aggravated battery causing bodily harm or disability. Wow. Took place back in 2018. Wow. So they're trying to set his bill at $500,000. So he just got arrested yesterday, I believe. He said he has 5 domestic battery misdemeanor convictions, 1 battery misdemeanor conviction, 1 misdemeanor conviction for violating pretrial release conditions. Wow. So this guy is off the chain. They said he was listed as an apostle at that church. I'm trying to find out where it was at. So just bear with me as I look for it. I know I saw it somewhere in this article. Here you go, right here. It's highlighted right there. They say he's listed as an apostle, founder, and overseer of the church. That's crazy. That's crazy. Jen Ju said he was going to pop up in Charlotte because you keep dogging him by calling him Doodle Well. He said that? He said that to Tony Harvin? Really? He said that? For real? For real? I gotta hear that, Jen Juice. You gotta send me that audio, man. You gotta send me that audio, man. Please, I want to hear that audio. You know what I mean? I gotta hear that audio. And that goes for another clown out there who's threatening people who come into their city and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm a different type of YouTuber. You know what I mean? I'm a different type. You know, I like to take up for the people who don't really want to. You understand? I don't like bullies at all. Like this clown in the pulpit, he's a bully. Just like a lot of these people on here, they wanna act like they tough, and it seems like everybody want to be a fighter now. Everybody want to be tough. Everybody want to pop up to the city. I thought these people was like people of God. You understand? And these are people who are so-called pastors and preachers. I don't know about that, man. I'm starting to think I'm talking to some gang members now. I don't look at these people as pastors and preachers at all. But Jen Juice, you're gonna have to send me that audio, man. Now that right there, I would love to hear, man. I would love to hear that. I would love to. We got the promoter on standby. You understand? Prodigal Son says people fall for anything gullible and weak. It's all about the kids. Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Like, I'm a big protector, man. Like, I'm such a big protector, especially for kids and stuff like that. That's one thing you don't do is like touch on kids and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Like, people like that, I know it's wrong. Lord forgive me, but they deserve a beat down for sure. When you touching on kids sexually and stuff like that, and you're a grown man, and the parents, they deserve a surprise too. Listen, why would you feel comfortable your child is around this guy or whoever? You got to listen. You got to really trust. Like, you got to really trust somebody. Trust is very thin in these days, especially people in the pulpit, family. You can't even take your kids to certain family members' houses at all. At all. Especially if you got daughters. Nah, it ain't happening, man. No way. No way for sure. All right. Let me read these comments right quick. He said they should have castrated him. He says, how would you react if someone abused your daughter or son? Well, my two sons, they've been trained since they was young. You know, my oldest son, 16. He know what to do. You understand? They know what daddy taught him. My 14-year-old, he been boxing since he was taught him at around about 8. He also did martial arts and he likes to wrestle, so he'll be all right. You know, he's about 5'10", about 250, 5'10", 250. You understand? So I don't I don't think, you know what I'm saying? I don't think that's gonna happen. You know what I mean? So they my security. You dig? So they'll be all right. But the daughters, if I hear something about that, oh man, y'all might see me on the news, man. Y'all might see me on the news. I ain't talking about for, taking somebody off the earth or nothing like that, but some things is gonna happen. I remember, I think, what video was that? That was Geno Jennings physical fighting. You know, he mentioned something similar like this. If you touch my daughters or something like that, he gonna have to give you the business. And he was being the realest. And I'm being the realest too. Listen, you gotta protect your kids, man. Now, what father would allow a man, if you know a man touch your daughter, of course he's gonna get arrested. You ain't gonna sit there, man, especially if you got daughters. You know, if you got daughters as a father, you know that feeling on the inside. It's a certain feeling you have as a father. Like, man, I gotta protect my daughters. You understand? I got to. You know, especially you let a grown man. That's why it's very thin when your daughter grow up. She's ready for marriage. He gets a guy. You got to really, really know. You really know as a father. That's why it's recommended that that man comes around you, so you could check him out. You want to marry my daughter? You ask him certain questions. Listen, anybody that's gonna marry my daughter, they gotta spar me, man. I'm sorry. They gotta fight me, so I can make sure you can protect my daughters. You understand? That's the qualification right there. You know how it is. If you was in martial arts and you go up in a belt, especially if you're going to get your black belt, you got to fight the sensei. You got to fight the shihan. You understand? I got to see if you got what it takes. You understand? So that's one of the qualifications to marry my daughter later on down the road when she's 50. You understand? But I will protect my daughters at all costs, man. It's y'all. All right. He says, I wish it wasn't no restrictions on YouTube because I would love to hear Jen Juice and Tony Raw thoughts on something. I mean, I try to use different words and stuff like that for sure. You know what I mean? Thin Blue Soldier says, great work. Appreciate that. What up, correctional officer? What up? What up? What up? Hope all is well. He said, this show you that they are not of God with all these threats. Listen, me personally, I love threats. I love them. I love when a person physically threat. I never had this situation in the street like how it is now. Never. Growing up in the urban areas with gunfire and gangs and all that other stuff. These so-called church people are worse than them. They worse than them with the mouth. With the hands, oh, we fought when we was young outside. But of course, these clowns, they just selling wolf tickets. I love threats because, for one, you saying that you're gonna do something. Now you gotta stand by. You gotta stand by that. But don't do it the wrong way. Let's do it the right way. You understand? Let's put it on live. Let's show the people. You understand? Because when you make a threat to somebody, you gotta live. Now the people is looking for you to live by that. It's sad because it's social media. They love that stuff. Even so-called Christians, they love that. They love the drama. They love the spice. They love all that. You understand? But we know these people ain't doing nothing. We know they ain't doing nothing, man. I gave invites to those who threatened me before. They ain't never show up to the gym ever. Once you say come here, come to the gym, a reasonable setting. You understand? Where as though if you need some training, you'll get some good training and whatnot. None of them has showed up. None of them. Don't make physical threats and don't show up nowhere. All right. He says Chester's were my targets when I worked as a deputy sheriff. Wow, that's what's up, man. What area? What area, deputy sheriff? Appreciate that at Gin Juice. He says internet gangsters is on a rise. I don't know why, man. I don't know why these so-called preachers, man, wanna be tough, man. They want to be tough so bad. Like I said, we got the promoter on standby for sure. All right. Super Cool says, "Hey everyone, DTA don't trust anybody." That sounds like a Stone Cold quote. See, especially a male being around your children, sick people. Cassie Williams says self-defense. Absolutely. Listen, if a child, I recommend parents, put their child or teach them some type of self-defense. Boxing, wrestling, jiu-jitsu, takedowns, how to get out of something. Teach them that. Not to beat up people, but to defend themselves in case somebody tried to, do something to them. They know how to get out of something and get away or subdue the person in a sense of not trying to hurt them, but you're trying to protect yourself. You understand? Put your kids in something. All right, for self-defense purposes, because you got a lot of these sick adults out here, for sure. He says by any means necessary. Oh man, you funny. G Swool says I remember PJ speaking on his protection towards his daughters. Absolutely. The man was talking that talk, and I'm like, yeah, man. Yeah. He says, what's the name of his church? And what Gainesville, Florida, they in? And it's of the Christian Coalition Family Church, 7501 Southwest 75th Street in Gainesville, Florida. Once again, Christian Coalition Family Church. All right. That's where it's out of Gainesville. He says Wu-Tang status. He says, wow, they got to fade you to prove a man can protect it. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. But I ain't gonna hit him hard, man. It's just you could bond with somebody like that. When you in the gym and stuff like that, when you sparring, you could bond with people like that. So that's how I would bond with my future son-in-laws and stuff like that. Watch sports, teach them how to protect themselves and things like that. I would call that bonding right there. You understand? He says keep posting these videos. We need to know what's going on in the world. Absolutely. You say he's a fraud, he said he's a fraud and apostle of deceit and wickedness. What up, Jermaine Marshall? Genju says, if I had a daughter or niece and somebody did that, I'm definitely got to take that down, man. You funny, man. He said you took courting to a whole nother level. That's right. You understand? That's right. He says, you're right. They're selling whoop tickets to get some attention. Take your power back, says praise to God Almighty. Absolutely. He says, then low riders really trolling this evening. Hit the like button, haters. Wow. Man, it's a sad thing that, these trolls, man. Like I said, when you get a YouTube channel, man, shout out to all those who have a YouTube channel doing their thing. Khadijah Reeves, Craig Giselle, Simple Faith, and all those others. If I forgot you, C Rock, you know what I mean? You're gonna have to deal with stuff like that for sure. What up, Jose Flores? He says, I was born in 1983 and I was used to fighting. Nowadays, kids don't know what that is. Absolutely. I agree. He said social media are ran by. Oh, man, you funny. Gin Juice, man. You funny. He says, Brother Tony, I would love to get to train with you. I have practiced martial science for going on 50 years. My disciplines are Aikido, praying mantis, Kung Fu, among a few things. I'm a southpaw. Where you at? What area are you in at correctional officer? Dora, you state that craziness, watch your children and don't trust everyone with them. Absolutely. The Fern says, stay prayed up. Don't let your guard down. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, because it's more out there that's lurking. I guarantee you it's gonna be more that's gonna get caught for charges just like this. They hiding. They think they can get away with it, but what's in the dark, man, definitely can be brought to the light for sure. He says, I only ask that you go easy. I'm an old man, turning 57 next week. It's all good, man. Like I said, I don't know where you at, whatever the case may be. Let me know. You know. You said, like Malcolm said, our people are sick and it's worse now. He said, I'll bail you out. Appreciate that. Yvette stated that yes, PJ spoke on his daughters, even if they were married to someone that decided they want to put their hands on them, they're gonna have to answer to him. He's a real dad and protector of his children. Absolutely. I definitely agree with that. What up, Ernest Beard? What up, what up, what up? You said Super Cool states that they have a network out there of pedo. What do you mean by that? Are you talking about like those what is that? Child sex offender registration websites and stuff like that? You said I took karate for 2 seconds in Camden. They teach self-defense. Shout out to Camden. I forgot the pro fighter name from out there. Raymond Ford. I think he's from out there. Raymond Ford. You know. You said that pervert looked so old to be so perverted. Is he a senior? Wow. I mean, you got a lot of them out there that are up in age. You understand? That always, I think, have a sick mind, and the ways that they can get to complete their mission is to get in positions like that. All right. So the cat in Camden, man. Do you know Vidal Rivera? Let me know. Cat in Camden. He says, I reside minutes out of Chicago. I might have to ask to be shown a decent spot to get a Philly cheesesteak and sandwich. Well, I don't know because I don't live in Philly. I'm from Jersey, man. North Jersey. I'm out here in Charlotte, North Carolina right now, man. Warm weather. You say he looks like DMX. He says my mom worked for YMCA in New Jersey. That's what's up. The YMCA. All right, man. So we're gonna conclude this live. So if y'all got any last comments, any last words, any last thoughts on the situation or in general, just let me know. But one thing I would say is be on the lookout. I'm not saying live in fear and things like that because there's many more of these pedophiles out here that are right in the pulpit. You understand? They sounded good. They sounded like they're a real preacher. They sounded like they're a real apostle, but they're not. They really know how to fool the people out here, just like this guy. You know what I mean? That we making his news story on. He says Brick City ain't no joke. They got some good fighters out there, man. You know, Nope, got some good fighters. Devon says, I'm from New Jersey. What part of New Jersey? What part? He says, my bad. Well, it's all good, you know. It's all good. You said Dory said he coming to your channel soon. Well, I spoke to him, you know, cordial conversation, and you know, possible it can happen. It's possible, you know. He says, continue with your platform. You are with the truth. Absolutely. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that for sure. You know what I'm saying? All right, so we're going to end this live, man. I thank everybody for coming on. We might be having a biblical discussion Saturday. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a real interesting biblical discussion. Saturday, I believe 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Saturday, we're having a biblical discussion. You know, Lord willing, if nothing don't happen, nothing don't come between that, you know, that will, you know, postpone the discussion. But for right now, as I know, there's going to be a biblical discussion Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You understand? Mark your calendars. You know, yesterday was, you know, pretty cool debate for sure. We're kicking out these debates again. So tune in Saturday night, 9 p.m. A biblical discussion / debate, episode 94, I believe. You know, 94. All right. He said, can't wait. MHW says pedophiles are in our families, the pulpit in your kids' school, program everywhere. Yvette says, stay safe and watch your children and family members. Have a blessed evening by God's permission. Much love. Thanks for another great chat, Brother Tony, for sure. May you all have a wonderful day, wonderful evening. I thank everybody for coming on, for sure. God bless everybody out there, and much love. I'm Tony Harvin. I'm signing off. I'm out. Peace.
Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Do remember, if you'd like to subscribe to this channel, hit that subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell right here and select all to receive all notifications upon the videos that come out on this channel. Also, my backup channel is Tony Harvin Network if you'd like to do the same.